Okay.
Start your thing.
Welcome to All Eyes on You. I'm Josh. Who are you?
Ray.
Very good at introducing ourselves. Well, I know I'm not.
Yeah, that was confirmed for you.
No, I know. I'm told that I sound like I'm depressed when I say my name.
You gotta add a little zest.
Yeah.
A little zest to where you say your name. The hair.
What?
Oh, that's
just my hair. Yeah.
Hey.
This is very different from last time that we've done this because, like, my hair is braided last time.
Yeah, it was.
But I didn't have a hat. Didn't have a hat. That's the only thing that's different.
It's technically my hat.
Well, yeah. Anyways, this is the new office. This is the first one in the new office space. We have lights. I don't know if this is going to be the permanent setup. We just have chairs sitting here right now.
I was gonna say it is a little boring. Like I wish there was a table. Like I don't like that you can.
I'm gonna
like,
get a table eventually. I was just debating.
Exposed.
Well, that. No one was gonna pay attention to that until you said it. To be fair, it's like one of those things where like.
I don't know, because some of those comments from the Stranger Things clips were like that big mic. You know, they were judging me.
Yeah, but the microphone is more like. That's not on you. These are my microphones, and they're not even big. You're just small.
Big mic.
Big mic. I don't know. We'll put that in somewhere. Big mic. But who knows? Yeah, this is the podcast. Might be a new season.
Might be.
I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
No, I really don't know. I mostly kind of just go off of vibes. Maybe every time I change a location, or every 12 episodes, 13 episodes or so with the new season. Baker's Dozen. Why is the Baker's Dozen 13?
Are you like genuinely asking? Or
Yeah, I have no idea.
An extra one for the baker.
Okay, then why do they sell it in Baker's 13? Whatever, doesn't.
You get that little extra.
Okay, All Eyes on You seasons are now Baker's Dozens, just for my own.
13.
Yes, 13 episodes per season from now on. I gotta look back now and make sure it's even. I don't think
It's not, because I was gonna say, isn't season 1 like short?
Yeah, but that's like, I don't know what year that was.
That was, I think, 2024.
Yeah, I don't remember. Everything's a blur. Everything's been a blur. What?
I just whispered blur into the microphone.
Okay.
I don't know if it'll come up.
It probably will. Yeah. It's been a bit since we've done this, and now I'm trying to remember how to do it.
You don't watch podcasts.
I don't, which is really,
so
I know.
So it's like you don't have the podcast brain. Like you do,
No.
but you don't.
I know entertainment. I know how to make content. Not great content, but I know how to do it. No, I do know how to make great content. Just usually I'm not in front of the camera when I do it.
No, you shaved. Sorry.
Yeah,
it's been
no, I
like
did.
2 days.
Okay.
2 days since I've seen you.
All right.
3 days?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, 3. Oh my god. It's been a while. What were we saying?
I don't know. This is what I mean. We're
you're
not even like talking
person.
about.
So, yeah, I don't know. They will have like, depending on the podcast, some of my favorite podcasts, they will banter for like 5 minutes and then get to the gist of it. Another one, their podcasts are like 4 hours, so an hour spent talking about a movie, and then they go into their ad segment, and then they go into Reddit.
Right. See, I don't watch podcasts, as you said. Not because I don't want to. I just have ADHD, so my attention span is weird. I can either lock in if it's like a one coherent thing, but I guess the thing for me about podcasts is that because it's a conversation, my brain loses interest a lot because I get into like where is this sentence going? And then I start thinking about other things, like how I would respond. And then I just end up like thinking, damn, I should write this down. And then I will stop a podcast because I'm end up doing something else. Unless it's like a story, like I can do audio like novels or like D&D podcasts because I can see a story, but there is a story, so it's easier for me to like lock in and follow. Does this make sense? Am I mentally unwell?
I mean, just by the sounds of it, you can't listen to your own podcast.
I don't. I really don't. I will I'll look back, to check on things sometimes, but I don't watch our stuff. I sometimes do. That's a lie. Kind of. I have it on in the background sometimes. What?
I'm just judging you.
For
Just a
not
little bit. For not being a podcast person, but having a podcast.
Well, you see,
No, you can't. You can't.
I
keep
can't
justifying
justify
it because then you're like, I don't know what to do, and it's like, yeah, because you don't watch a podcast.
Okay, well, I guess I will try to watch podcasts because I guess that does kind of make me a hypocrite, doesn't it?
It's research. You gotta research your craft.
Well, technically, this isn't my craft.
Part of it.
Like, my craft is like film.
Yes, but in the meantime, you're also doing this, which is part of the craft.
I suppose.
You're doing media, so podcasts count as a media.
Podcast is media.
Yes. So, therefore, I think you should try to listen to a podcast.
Yeah, I will. I will try. It's okay. This makes it sound like I never, ever, ever do. It's that I don't consistently do. I don't like follow any podcasters and listen to them every time. I will just occasionally be like, oh, I'm gonna listen to this podcast, and then I will. I just can't do it consistently.
Okay.
That's more acceptable.
No, but
Okay, whatever.
anyway, what was your... Is there anything else you needed to mention before we did it?
No.
We've moved offices.
I said
I'm
that.
here.
Yeah, you're
here. First time really
Purple.
using the studio as
Yeah, we don't have
a recording spot.
it's not just surrounded by windows anymore, so that whenever people are like walking by, because that was always a fun time doing a podcast in a place where it was just windows in an office space, so people could just walk by and they just make intense eye contact as they're walking down the hall, and then just like going, well, okay, they didn't do that necessarily, but they would just stare.
Like, okay, so when I've gone and like looked at my Stranger Things videos, just like as we were still in that old office, like you can just see my eyes just like slowly following someone like back and forth because they're like going to the bathroom or something.
Yeah.
Because that whole office, it literally was just windows, and it cost so much to just have them like tinted so people couldn't look. So it was like, oh
Yeah. So it was an interesting time. You remember that time?
it was a few months ago.
Let's think back on it. Wow. Ooh. No.
I did 3 episodes of All Eyes on You.
I did a lot.
You're only not in one of them.
Yeah, the last one. No. Second to last one.
That was the one of just me and Brooke reading Reddit stories.
Yeah. But it was interesting doing the podcast in that place in general.
This one's nicer.
Do you know the history of my podcast?
Like, what do you mean history?
Did you ever watch the old one before?
Okay, so I remember when I found out that you had a podcast, and I was like, I'm gonna be honest, I think if I listened to it too early on, I might get the ick.
That's fair. That's why I was like,
So then I kind of just never did.
that's fair. I'm gonna be honest, most people, I don't tell people. I say I have a podcast, I do not ask people to watch the podcast. Just because anyone who says they have a podcast always is just like, because everyone wants a podcast. Everyone just has an idea where they're like, this would make a great podcast. And it's like, yeah. And it's like, I don't know. The only reason I even started like a podcasting thing in general, here's a little history for you, actually. So the first one of All Eyes on You was technically the second iteration of my podcast.
What was the first one?
It was called Rough Cuts.
Rough Cuts.
It was called Rough Cuts because it was exclusively about filmmaking.
Right.
And videography. So we literally would, in my old apartment, get together and we would, it was me, Jermaine, and Dylan, and we'd only talk about movies and filmmaking, and that was it. And it was like an interesting one, mostly because like it was us learning how to do it with like the equipment and whatnot. So there was a lot of like weirdness there. But like again, it was just about filmmaking. So what ended up happening is we would just end up telling stories from like film sets or projects that we were on, or like, oh, how to be a videographer. So it was kind of like, you know,
boring.
Thanks. Kind of. It was boring in the way that like I got bored of it, if I'm being honest, just because I was like, I don't know, I'd want to talk about other things. So then in the new iteration of All Eyes on You,
it became more broad.
Yeah, it was literally just more broad in the sense of like just art in general it was supposed to be about. Wow, you're yawning. You think I'm boring. But it was just art in general because I wanted to be able to do more like things. It was still filmmakery, if I'm being honest with you, where we'd like do more stuff like that, but like it had a bit more of like an aesthetic to it. But then like the last, I guess, season, you know, what we just did in the old office is completely different than anything else that we were doing. Because before, I would try so intensely to like write these notes and have like some kind of outline. I'm gonna be so honest with you. Anytime we came in, I didn't have a plan. I didn't plan most things. We just show up and then start yapping.
Yeah.
Which had an interesting kind of like outcome. The only things I would plan for are like the games that we played.
Yeah, when we did Dread.
But I want to do the games again. Like I like the games. The games are fun to do. It's fun to get like actors and filmmakers and just creative people like doing Dread and role playing because people get into character and they're able to tell a story. Yeah. So I guess with this season, the mic is you fucked up the mic.
What do you mean I fucked up the mic?
You fucked up your mic. This season's gonna be more. I want to combine both. So I want to talk about art, but I also want to play games and have fun and yap.
Right. But we're not gonna have fun and play games today. We're just yapping.
Well, I didn't have a game prepared. Did you want to play a game?
No, it's
We could play
fun.
I Spy.
There's literally nothing in this room.
Try it right now.
God. I spy with my little eye something black.
Me.
And see, the thing is I knew you were going to say that. The answer is no.
What do you mean the answer is no?
That it's not you.
Well, everything... camera.
Nope.
Tripod.
Nope.
Tripod.
No.
Tripod?
No.
Tripod?
It's not a tripod.
There's two more tripods.
It's neither of them.
Is it the curtain?
No.
Bag?
No.
This is stupid. We're not playing this anymore.
Because they also just like can't see it, so... Do you want to know what it was?
No. Kinda?
Well, now you're not gonna.
I don't care. Is it the remote?
No. If you're not gonna get it, you're not gonna get it, and I'm not.
There's
gonna
like
tell you.
4 other things over there.
I know.
Is it the lens cover?
No.
What?
Do you give up?
The power cord?
Nope.
What is it?
I'm not telling you.
Is it my camera?
No. You didn't want to know.
Is it the headphones?
No.
Hey, it is me, isn't it?
It's not.
It's a hat?
No.
It's a shirt?
No.
Boots?
No.
You thought about it. Is it the router?
No.
Oh. You're really not gonna tell me? Because now I'm like kind of caught up on this.
Do you really, like, you're not going to just take, like, one final guess as to what it could be?
It's me.
It's not.
Oh, it's a microphone.
No.
No. Okay, well.
You've basically gone through everything, but there's, like...
There's like, that's everything in this room, if I'm being honest with you.
Do you really want to know?
No.
Okay. I'm not going to tell you then. We'll move on.
Okay. Yeah, podcasting, talking about, creator be consumed. That's the motto. Speaking of.
Consumption?
Yeah.
Tuberculosis.
What?
Consumption.
How does tuberculosis?
That was another name for it. Consumption.
The consumption?
Yeah, I mean, there's a scene in Moulin Rouge where, spoiler alert, Satine's dying. You find that out within, like, the first 5 minutes. But they're like, I'm afraid she has consumption, and guess what she's doing? She's coughing up blood. She's dying. So it's tuberculosis.
They call it the consumption?
He said, I'm sorry, she has consumption.
That's kind of cool, if I'm being honest. It sounds
it
like
just kinda-
the consumption. It's like the plague's coming for me. The consumption's coming.
Yeah.
I'm being consumed. All right, well, now I can't think. You have somehow combined or related Creator Be Consumed to Moulin Rouge.
And it only took me 3 episodes.
3 episodes.
4?
I don't know.
3 if you don't count it.
See, I was trying to do a segue. You know, earlier I had a better segue whenever I was talking about, I forgot what it was, but like, I'm trying to segue into movies.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I remember talking about movies in the old podcast. I wanted to talk about movies in this one, because there's interesting ones that, like, you know, came out recently. We've seen 2.
Oh, yeah. 2 out of the 3 that have come out this year.
There's only 3 movies came out the entire year.
Yep.
Only 3 movies. Well, no, like 2 or 3, like, you know, YouTuber movies. Because, you know, there's more, definitely. I can't remember. I think Passengers also. But we're mainly talking about, like, I guess, in a way, this kind of like big 3.
And the Backrooms.
I didn't even get to...
You were taking too long.
The kind of big 3, which is Backrooms, Iron Lung, and Obsession. That's the one that I feel like people are talking about the most.
Definitely Obsession, which we haven't seen.
Yeah, so we're probably not going to get to Obsession yet, but we'll get to it eventually.
I see it, though.
No,
I already,
do
like,
too.
know what happens, and I'm upset about it.
I have been avoiding spoilers so much because, like, I do want that kind of slight surprise. I do know, like, the premise and everything, so don't say anything. So let's just move on. But the 2 movies we have seen were Iron Lung and The Backrooms.
Yes.
Both by YouTubers.
Mark Fishback.
Markiplier, and Kane Pixels, 20-year-old director.
Pearson says his last name, right?
Parsons, yeah. Kane Pixels is like his, you know. Kane Pixel Parsons.
Yeah.
But both of them, very good. Different ways. But it really just kind of opened up this whole, like, thing in Hollywood in general about, like...
Oh, they're pissed.
Yeah, it's really interesting because, like, you know, I'll go on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, any social media, and there will genuinely be people who are pissed off about specifically Kane for some reason.
They don't want to believe that a 20-year-old was capable of directing, like, an almost near perfect movie. They're like, nah, Martin Scorsese was pulling the strings behind him, and it's like, no, he started doing the Backrooms on Blender as like a fucking teenager.
He was doing this since like 2016 or earlier.
Like,
I've been following him. Actually, do you know what like the most popular video on this channel is one of his videos?
No.
Yeah, it was the oldest view.
Yes.
Literally, it was like one of his other things other than the Backrooms that we watched and reacted to because like I genuinely have like really enjoyed his work for a long time. Backrooms is amazing, of course, because like what you can see is his dedication and like his really honestly impressive ability to storytell. Because he was doing that from like a young age. Because he's been doing the Backrooms since he was like 16.
Yeah, he's been doing it for years now.
And like, you know, the thing about it is that like he definitely, I don't know why people are like, oh, he couldn't have directed it himself. It's like, yeah, he can.
Did.
He did. He was doing it already. Like you can go on to his YouTube channel and like the story was already there.
Yeah.
He's just almost like, this is a prequel almost.
Yeah, I was about to say like a little bit like slight spoiler alert for that, and then I guess more spoilers moving forward if they haven't seen Backrooms.
Yeah. Almost because there are things I want to like bring up.
But yeah, it is a prequel. It's a prequel story because the actual one, like,
it was like a year later.
The first video that's taken and like put on YouTube or for the story is like supposed to be from 1996, but then when you see their bobber,
the camcorder, the clapper,
it says 92.
You know, and then like the movie takes place in the 90s,
like the 90 or 91, I think.
The 90.
Like 90, like 1990, 1991.
But yeah, no, so it is a prequel, and then like, you know, he was plotting this out, and like one of the things that like I guess that I personally like understand that like I think weirdly went over some people's heads where they were like weird about it, where it's like I'm talking about like the whole like, oh, he couldn't have directed it, and then like one of the gripes people had was the script, like the actual like dialogue, and I guess because story-wise I think it's solid.
Yeah.
Like I can see how like the screenplay they might have like some issues with, but at the same time I'm like I didn't have anything glaring with it personally, but I do know from, you know, Kane Pixels, like the channel, most of the work that he does is primarily like visual.
Yes.
It is all visual storytelling, very little dialogue. So it's like he didn't necessarily write it. He came up with the story, and that's why there is a writer, and that's like one of the things that sometimes people don't fully understand in filmmaking is the director can be the writer, or they can just come up with a concept, or they might not even come up with a concept, they might just direct it.
Yeah.
It can be any of those. And like he came up with the concept and like directed the story, but I don't think he didn't write the dialogue because that's not his thing. Like, so like even now, he's doing Backrooms too. They already announced that.
Yeah. The second.
And he's looking for a writer, and it's like I totally understand that because it's very much like you can tell his strength is in the storytelling and the visuals, because the eeriness that's there is very purposeful. It works really well because it's not. I think there's like one jump scare that I can remember, and it's not even a jump scare, like because you literally are turning the corner, and then like the light comes on. Christmas tree. Oh. Yeah, which I wouldn't call that a jump scare. I would
say that there's very, very minimal jump scares. Mm-hmm. They're like. There's nothing that's jumping into your face, but there's like suddenly you see something in the corner and it's
which I love like, that, oh, fuck. Because it's like what I really like in that you can like kind of see in his filmmaking is he's using I forgot what the word is, but they also do it a bit in Annihilation, which I know you haven't seen. You need to see it. It's actually one of my favorite movies, but it's the use of like a wide shot that has like a lot of stuff happening almost or not, and essentially what it does is it makes you look for something else because your eye is just like naturally looking at the middle where the main character is, but then when you're not like paying attention, something is happening in the corners. Something is happening just, you know, off. And, like, that's what they do in the Backrooms, where, like, you know, spoiler, Pirate Clark, Captain Clark.
Yeah.
He, like, and almost, the scenes that really creeped me the fuck out were whenever you're just looking, you know, it switches angle and it's just, you know, the room, that whatever room they're in, and then all of a sudden he takes a step and you're like, oh shit, didn't see him over there. Because he does that. The one that, like, really got to me, like, pretty, like, rememberably was when they were in the last, you know, store, like the backroom store, I guess. I don't really know what to call it. And, you know, she was trying to get out, and then she turns around, and you don't notice for a second, like, he's there. He's just standing there, and then he takes a step, and then you're like, oh, shit. Which I do really like. Yeah.
The Backrooms.
Pirate Clark is creepy, and he comes out of nowhere, but also not, because, like, it's just the fact that he stares.
Yeah.
He stares and he lingers, and that creates more eeriness and unsettling, and it really does tap into the uncanny valley rather than just traditional jump scares or, like, mutilation even.
Yeah.
Like, it taps into primordial fear more than it does, like, I don't know what else, the jump scare fear to call, like, I don't know what I call it, but it taps more into that, which I like. But very much liked Backrooms. Your thoughts so far about Backrooms? I'm sure you have.
Yes. I've been seeing just a lot of really good fan art online for the Backrooms, and the one that I saw most recently was like 3 separate pictures of Clark, and from left to right it's Pirate Clark, so like the distorted still life of Clark. The one on the far right is just like regular Clark, but then the one in the middle is an empty liquor bottle, and is distorting his face into the shape of Pirate Clark. And I was like, that's very interesting, because, like, I definitely do think that the scene when he's, like, having them reenact that argument again, but it's like, on his terms.
Unnerving.
The woman in the background is his wife.
That's what I'm assuming,
I assumed
too.
that was his wife. And I saw someone online say, like, oh,
because he didn't, he just said, and then her.
Yeah, he didn't address her fully, but then also the way that she looks, where it's like kind of like you like looked really fast at someone, like your vision is kind of blurry of someone. The last night that he saw his wife, he was drunk.
Yeah, and then he did literally cut off her hair to put on to Mary.
Yeah.
I don't remember her name. I'm weirdly bad with names, but like he cut off her hair to put on her, which I thought was such like a okay for someone to have red hair is very much a specific choice. That like, oh, I need to like make you pretend that you are like my wife, so let me cut off this person's hair that is red. And it's like, well, okay. And apparently he did try it with her, so I'm like, yeah, like you can definitely assume. It's kind of interesting because now I'm thinking back on it, where it's like, oh, people have problems with the script. I guess it's just that even though they gave Clark and even Mary some backstory, they kind of just didn't explain stuff, and I think people kind of didn't like that, where it's like, I feel like you could fill in the blank for like the fact that he's an alcoholic, you know, the relationship with his ex-wife, and like Mary's entire like backstory is completely not said at all. You just see the back.
She obviously like has trauma with her mother. Her mother had some sort of like mental illness that was like, you can't go outside. Bad
Agoraphobia.
Or outside. And so like her whole book and stuff is like the window into your future, into your life, because it's like she never got to open that window.
And she felt like the need to fix people's like, to help them, because she couldn't help her mom. And
then she kind of has to come to that acceptance of like, not everyone can be helped nor wants to be helped.
Yeah, like the psychology behind the movie is a whole other thing that I really admire, just because like I love how like her conversation with him literally tells you exactly what the movie is, which is like memory. It's trauma and memory. It's like, yeah, the memory of the Backrooms is like just copying people's memories, but it's also just like, if you're going to keep going down the same hallways of trauma and not make a decision to change that, you're going to keep running into that same issues, which is just like, oof. That's all I can describe it as, is ooh.
Yeah.
And it's just interesting because, like, you know, you literally can see that Clark and Mary both are doing that. Like, they were already doing that in their own lives, just following the same trauma paths and constantly replaying the same things, where she kept taking on patients where it's like, oh, she's not doing well, but if she fixes other people, then she's fine. He's not doing well, but he's not taking any kind of accountability for like what happens in his life. It's always someone else's fault. So then it makes them still lives, which that part I am more curious about, just like what goes into like the fact of someone becoming a still life and what does become like a memory, because like I forgot what the camera guy and
Kat and Bobby.
Yeah, Kat and Bobby.
What happened to them?
We know they died, of course.
What happened to their still life?
But did they get still lives?
You know what I think it is? Clark goes, the best part is you can eat them.
So you think he just ate both of theirs?
He ate them.
Why did he choose to eat theirs first, though?
Because it's his like overworked, underpaid employees.
But not the random guys, people?
I don't know who those guys were, but I don't know. I would like. We never see them.
No,
they had to exist. How did he discover that you can eat them?
It's true, actually. That's a good point. Another piece of artwork that I saw, which, I mean, King Pixels, he posted this himself, the Saturn eating his children. Mm-hmm. Which
I like that one.
I love because it genuinely is almost a spoiler, but also just shows, like, in my opinion, his, like, inspirations through art itself, which I really love whenever, like, a filmmaker does that, where they look at a piece of art, painting or whatever, and they use it to influence a film. Because another director who did this, I don't know if you know this, Ryan Coogler.
For Sinners.
Yeah, Sinners was made from a little painting that he saw.
Yeah, just a painting.
And he just got
It's a very
inspired
good
from it,
painting.
which is amazing. And I love whenever, like, that is literally, like, the inspiration behind something, because it's, like, it almost, you know, of course, like, the paintings are going to have their own backstories, but, like, it almost came from nothing in a way, where it's, like, the story could have been there, could have just been, like, you know, a vibe, but then, like, to come up with an entire story originally, like, that's impressive to me. Like, I really love that. What are you thinking of?
I'm just thinking about, like, I love the set so much.
Oh, yeah, and it's real.
I think it does such a wonderful job of making those settings as eerie as possible in that liminal space, and I appreciate that the entire movie felt liminal. It wasn't just the Backrooms. Every location that they went was liminal. Like his store in the beginning, I was like, this store would creep me the fuck out if I was actually going into it in real life. So, like, there was like a constant sense of dread happening through the whole
always this
thing.
Feeling of lingering. Like the music felt lingering, the visuals felt lingering, even the conversations.
Yeah, like I remember the first thing, like, from the Backrooms where I was kind of just like, ugh. He's walking, and then you see the stop sign,
the pot sign.
in reverse, and it does a shot of, like, from behind it, and you just see how small he is in comparison to just this hallway.
Yeah.
And that there's just significantly more. I'm not a fan of liminal spaces.
I am.
I like them. I'm deeply uncomfortable in them.
Yeah.
it's just that odd, like there should be people here but there's not, and that makes me uncomfortable. But like it just like kind of tapped into that one little bit of like actual fear I had of like that Christmas tree room. Fuck that room.
That one was a lot.
Fuck that room.
That did terrify me, actually.
I hate that. That one made my skin just crawl.
See,
the laundry room too.
Yeah, that's just that room was uncomfortable.
Like, I mean, there's dead shit in there, but
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus.
See, I do like liminal spaces, but that has more to do with like, I guess a psychology kind of thing that I like found out about, where it's like, if you do want to get out of a rut, they do say go to a liminal space, just because like, and it goes back to the whole theme of the movie, which is memory, where it's like if you keep going down the same thing, you keep repeating. So the thing I like about liminal space is if you kind of like go through a liminal space, your brain actively is making new pathways, which does help you kind of get out of like a feeling, which is what like personally attracts me to liminal spaces. But I would not go to the Backrooms. Fuck that. It's very uncomfortable, but like the thing that scared me was Pirate Clark, Captain Clark. He genuinely terrified me, but that has more to do with like Uncanny Valley for me.
Yeah, I'm also not I don't know, horror movies don't fully scare me necessarily. Like jump scares will get me, especially just because it'll be like a loud noise that happens with it, so I kind of get a little ooh.
Ah.
But the things where I just feel deeply like I can't sit still, like there's something touching me, is liminal spaces, and like shown in the way through the Backrooms, but also in Uncanny Valley, like deformed, like beyond human recognition for a face.
Yeah.
Where it's like it should be a person, but there's something inhuman about it.
See, it's like, I guess the thing from it's like stilt walkers also scare me a little bit.
You just don't like really tall things. you don't like
unnaturally tall does freak me out because it just feels like there's something about something taking one step and being several feet closer to you that freaks me out, because I'm like, I can't run away from that.
Yeah, I worked at a haunted house on occasion, and there's a stilt walker, and I remember that as
that
like
is the only thing that genuinely did freak me out, because everything else was like, and I would move on, but then I turned the corner and I saw that, and I dead ass just froze, and I was just like, no.
Because it's also basically just like a black sheet.
Yeah, it looks like a Christmas tree almost. Like a black Christmas tree.
Yeah, so when we did holidays, it was dressed as the Christmas tree.
Yeah, and it freaks me out. And then like the way that like, because it was on roller skates too.
No, it wasn't. Just stilts.
Okay, so then it just made it even worse for me. Where
it was just stilts. It was
and
just
it was
walking
just
on
because
stilts.
like it was a bit further down the hall, and it was a long hallway with just like a light down it, so I immediately saw it. And then at first I was like, okay, maybe it won't notice me, but then I said something, and it immediately turned around, and then I was like, and it took like 2 steps and was over, and I was like, that I can't. And that's how Pirate Clark is, where it's like he's so unnaturally big that like, it's also a real person.
Huge ego.
It's a real person.
Yeah.
Like in costume. It's the same guy who did the it's the same guy who did the alien human hybrid in Alien, which is very impressive. Great for him.
I love when they will get an actor that is like really tall, or just like I love when they'll also use like a contortionist or something.
They
for
did that in
I
forgot what the movie was, but it was Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, I think, where it was the Bye Bye Man. No.
Maybe, I don't know, I haven't seen it. But I don't know, a lot of horror movies will just hire like a contortionist or a dancer or because someone who has the flexibility in their body.
The Backwards Man or something, sorry.
Just to make themselves distort in a way that is like, it's still human because we can physically do it.
Well,
most of the time. I mean, like, well, okay, there's people specifically designed to do it. They have...
I mean, you can, like, people can, if you do it early, and some people have, like, the, like, other joints, but, like, not everyone's supposed to do it, because, like, even the people who do it are, like...
They're technically, like, not supposed to do it.
Yeah, and, like, their bodies end up, like, if they don't, like, they have permanent, like, joint damage and shit. Kind of like ballerinas and like
they have
a
issues with their
gymnast with their where it's like that's terrifying to me as well. Where it's like, oh, you're able to do something, but also technically not, which is.
But then being tall was just that guy's just tall.
He's just tall. He's just born like that.
And it's like he doesn't even have to
you're just
really
born like that, man. You're just a shrimp.
I'm smiling friends, reference. He's just a really, really tall guy, and like I hope that he.
I hope he has okay
do,
joints. Honestly.
Yeah, I hope he's like physically okay, because that also is there are like a lot of health issues with being very tall. Like my uncle, he's not
very
like
tall?
super duper tall, like on my mom's side, but because he was like the tallest one and he was growing so fast as a kid, he would pass out a lot.
Oh.
Because like suddenly he would just the sudden shift in like having the blood kind of come back up, like the low iron thing that I have sometimes. It's like that, but like tenfold, and he's tall. He also get like a lot of nosebleeds from it.
That's
I don't know. Maybe there was something else wrong with my uncle, but
maybe.
He was tall, and he just had issues growing up being tall.
Yeah. Backrooms is great. What are you doing?
Sorry.
Why are you being? Don't do that. Okay, we've been talking about Backrooms for a while, and we didn't even get to Iron Lung at all. So I guess we're gonna do another episode specifically just for Iron Lung.
For Markiplier.
Hi,
Markiplier.
Marcus Supplier. Markin. But yeah.
Marker.
You know, I realized I never had an outro for this. It was always just before it was Get Out, and then it became I don't even know. We just never ended it. So what's a good way to end this? Here, you end this.
Bye. Isn't that good?